Hi, in this video, we're talking about the big elephant in the bedroom that everybody is ignoring. Most women are silently dealing with dropping sex drive in their marriages and relationships, which is leading to resentment, apathy in the relationship, cheating, Google searches, and broken relationships. But the real culprit isn't lack of love in the marriage. It's something way deeper. Let's talk about the uncomfortable truth why women actually lose interest in sex and why traditional advice make the situation even worse. If you feel like your libido has completely vanished or your partner pulling away from you and you are wondering, is it me? Take a deep breath. You are not broken and your relationship is not necessarily doomed. The truth is, female desire doesn't necessarily work as society tells us it does. In this video, we are talking about the silent libido killers that nobody is talking about. So you can stop feeling guilty and start fixing it. If you are a man watching this video and you realize that there is a drop in sexual intimacy with your partner, you need to pay attention to this point I'm coming to raise. Nobody is talking about it, but it is a major reason why women lose desire for you. That is their response to your actions in the relationship. Listen to me, women are very responsive and they naturally reflect the character and attitudes of the man in the relationship. Every word, every statement you are making, every action you are taking, every single attitude and behavior of the man in the relationship causes an emotional response from the woman. And this naturally affects their sexual desire. Most women will tell you that their availability for sexual intimacy is based on their feeling for the man. If they feel good about you, they naturally open up to you. But when they don't feel good towards you, your guess is as good as mine. So as a man, you should be very careful about how you speak about her body, her shape, her beauty, how you behave towards other women. When she feels suspicious, she naturally closes up. If there is one thing that should be on your mind to get your woman always interested in the action, it should be about making sure she feels good about you. Creating a positive awareness about you in her mind. This you can do by making her feel secure. Security in a relationship to a woman is when she feels validated, when she is confident of your love for her, when she can confidently say that amidst your relationship with other women, you would always choose her first. Irrespective of your interactions with other women, you always come back to her. When a woman feels this sense of security, she naturally opens up to you. Mind you, a man who loves his woman will not abuse her, will not raise his voice at her, is always careful about his action. He creates an atmosphere of love and longingness in the home for a woman to feel secured, appreciated, validated, and loved. That was powerful. But the next point is more important. Loss of attraction. When a woman doesn't find her man attractive, she naturally loses desire for intimacy. When I'm talking about attraction, I'm talking about sight, smell, taste, and status. How do you smell as a man? How do you taste as a man? How does your woman see you? And what is your status? Financial status, economic status? Here is what nobody is talking about. Women are often attracted to men of power. They love men of influence. And they love men who smell good and who look nice, who have nice physique. I'm not saying that as a growing man, you should be bodybuilding to get a sales pack and stuff. When she sees that you are taking steps, making an effort to improve your physique, that alone generates that desire for you. I always say, it is not the results that matters when it comes to attraction, but the road to the results is what psychologically intrigues your partner. Most women report that they don't feel desire because their partners smell very bad, foul smells from smoking, drinking, etc. As a man, you should be very self-aware and conscious of how you smell. And this is what nobody is talking about. Women enjoy intimacy most with people who taste very good. And how do you taste good? You have a good smell, you have a good perfume, you don't have body odor. Your body emanates sweet smell, sweet aroma. It's not about wearing expensive perfumes, but the natural scent that comes from your body alone attracts them. Mind you, women have the tendency to smell tiny things. If you followed me this far, then I think that you are really interested in fixing sexlessness in your marriage. And I can guarantee you, if you can work on these few things I've mentioned, how you smell, how your mouth smells, how your body smells, how you're taking steps to improve your shape, trust me, your woman will naturally fall for you over and over again. And her desire for you will naturally increase. She will start initiating. Why? Because women are attracted to men of value, high value men. It's not about having lots of money to splash about. Money is very important for relationships. Being in a position to provide for her alone is attractive to her. Being a person of influence means, I don't mean you have to be a celebrity or a politician or a man of high status in society, but you should be up and doing something. You should be somebody society looks up to you. You should be a person who commands respect, not a person who is easily bullied around. A man of confidence, a man of aura that naturally commands respect is someone who is naturally attracted to women. Let's talk about finance, because it is one important determinant to a thriving sexual relationship in your marriage. Money is a natural catalyst that generates desire for women. At the sight of money, every woman would naturally initiate sexual act. It is not the absence of money that kills a desire for you, but the issue surrounding your finances is a major reason why they naturally lose their drive and passion for sexual intimacy. This has got to do with how you manage your finances, your financial decisions, how you take on your financial responsibilities in the family, the availability of money in the family, and most importantly, a stable income. Research suggests that most of the arguments in relationship arises from how couples manage their finances. And sadly for you to know that most relationships break because of financial issues. Every relationship, every couple, and how they have decided to manage their finances. Some have joint accounts, some operate separate accounts. I will not bet on which of these is best. But you know yourselves as a couple. Either you go for a joint account or separate accounts. However you manage your finances, your best bet to get your wife or your partner to be at peace and trust you is when there is an openness in how you manage your finances. Most men have lots of secrets about their financial status. But remember, when two people marry, they have become one flesh. As one flesh, there is no secrecy. There's a roadmap to marriage. There's a roadmap to a thriving relationship. If you want your relationship to thrive, then you need to follow the roadmap. And the roadmap is the ancient path that the Bible prescribes to us. The two becoming one flesh, thinking alike, managing their resources together, establishing a common ground, giving specific details about their financial status. I'm not saying that as a man, your woman should know everything about your finances. But hey, if you could do that, it could be the best way. But now, situations are that we can't trust our partners so much. So each person is not coming forward with their best foot. This is how society is evolving. Notwithstanding, I always maintain there should be a common ground to how you manage your finances. When there is an establishment of a common ground, issues of argument, dissatisfaction, mistrust naturally die out when issues of finances come up, because nobody will be taken by surprise by a financial decision a partner makes. When she can trust you on financial matters, she feels safe and secure, and she naturally opens up. But when there is no trust in financial management, on financial matters, her security is threatened, and that disrupts her peace. And once a woman's peace is disrupted, she naturally loses interest in desire for intimacy. If I were you, the one thing that I would be thinking about is how I could get my woman, my partner, to have that peace and security of how we manage our finances. That peace comes from knowing that the bills are taken care of, fees are paid, rents are not overdue. She doesn't need to worry about the future. She sees stability. This makes her safe, and in her safety, her peace is guaranteed. Most people don't know that loss of desire for intimacy in women is hormonal and biological. This is what nobody is talking about. A woman's body goes through massive hormonal shifts throughout her life, and this directly impacts her libido. Life transitions such as pregnancy, childbirth, breastfeeding, menopause, perimenopause, cause drastic change in estrogen and testosterone, vaginal dryness, and painful sex. As she goes through phases of her life and various transitions, she naturally loses desire for sexual intimacy. And as a man, I believe you should understand her. Of course you should. Most people don't know that the medications that women take have adverse effect on their sexual libido. The birth control pills, Antidepressants, blood pressure medications, and etc. all have adverse effect on her libido. This shows that as a man, you should pay careful attention to a woman and handles her very well and understand her. All these issues I've mentioned could be life-threatening, and most women have sadly lost their life because of this. I would rather have my wife with a low desire than losing her entirely. Your constant nagging and complaints can complicate the issue, and this is why I call for men to understand women. And I made a video on how to understand women, and I've put that link in the comment section. Women have so many issues to deal with, and we men should understand them. And this leads us to the most interesting part: psychological and emotional barriers. The brain is a woman's primary sex organ. If her mind is not on it, her body will rarely be. And this is what nobody is talking about. Stress is a major killer of libido in women. If a woman is overwhelmed by work, chores, or mental load, sex becomes just another chore on her to-do list. Most men complain they want women who would initiate sex. Trust me, when a woman is stressed out, she barely thinks about sex. And this is where most men are missing it. If there is one thing that will be on your mind as a man, it should be how to lessen her load as a woman. Supporting her with the chores, managing the home with her together, helping around the house, helping with the kids, taking all necessary steps to make sure that your woman is not stressed. You wouldn't want to be seen as selfish man, always demanding and not helping around the house. Society has evolved. Gone were the days when women were only housewives, staying in their home, taking care of everything around the house and waiting patiently on her man to come home and service him. These days, women join us to work. Some women are even earning higher than their men. It's not about duties and responsibilities. It's about being on the same page with your wife or your partner and ensuring that she is in a position to give out her maximum best when it comes to sexual intimacy. This is not going about books or rules or principles. It is about following what works best for you and your wife. I have 4 kids with my wife, and I know how difficult it is to take care of 4 kids. You could imagine the stress a woman goes through taking care of children. Taking care of children alone is a lot of work. And every man could testify the few hours you spend with your children. Helping around with chores is a means of lessening the pressure on her. This reduces her workload and reduces her stress. It avoids burnout and makes her recharged and energized. And when a woman is energized, she is lively, she's peaceful, and she can initiate. Trust you, if you could find ways to reduce the stress and workload on your partner, I can guarantee that you have removed a number 1 obstacle that inhibits her desire for sexual intimacy.